Hey, this is Meg. Super excited for today. I'm going to be going through some of our food we just stockpiled, and I'm going to be making a list of everything that we have. I'm going to be basically meal planning for the rest of I don't know how long, because I have to figure out what we're going to do with all this food. Figure out all the different food combinations I can make. I'm going to show you a list of everything I have. I'm going to show you all the meals I plan on making, how long it's going to take me, and some of it will be from this past grocery trip. Some of it is just stuff that I've stockpiled, I think, and I'll just be taking you along with me. So, let's get started. Whew. Well, I finally did it. I got through the inventory of everything in my kitchen. And I'm just gonna say this first off, I had way more than I thought I did. When you write down every single piece of food you have, you will probably be very surprised when it's all written down on paper. I started off by making a list, 8 different categories. First category I did was proteins, specifically meat. And I had hamburger. I got 3 pounds of hamburger, meatballs, and then just some other smaller things, but hamburger and meatballs were kind of the 2 biggest things. A lot of times we'll have chicken. We don't have any chicken this time. Number 2 is proteins other. I just got some lentils and beans, so I just kind of listed all that out. My third category is vegetables. For my vegetables, I have my fresh vegetables all together, my frozen vegetables all together, my canned vegetables all together. I went by category, so I'm kind of going all over my kitchen. Okay, where are all my proteins? Write them all down. Okay, where are all of my beans, dried everything? Where are my vegetables? Okay, vegetables probably was the most chaotic. Where's my frozen? Where's my canned? Where's my fresh? And they're all in different locations. But it wasn't as bad as you might think, because generally your meats kind of are already in all the same places. So my number 4 category was grain, rice, pastas. And here I just put my bread, my rice. I have mac and cheese, I have bagels, tortillas, spaghetti, crescent rolls, oatmeal I put here. These also were kind of all over the kitchen. 5 is dairy, and I had milk, yogurt, all my cheeses. 6 was my fruit. I probably would have put fruit next to the vegetables if I was planning these categories ahead of time, but I just kind of naturally put these in categories as I went. So there's probably better order for the categories. My 7th category was soup. I put soup in its own category, mostly because this past time we went to the grocery store, we got tons of soup. And I actually categorized these soups into subcategories as well. I have cream ofs, chunky, because the Campbell, like meat and potatoes or vegetable soup, all of that kind of goes in there. Last week I made some chicken broth, so I put that under this category. And there's only one more category after this, and that is other/snack. Here I have, all of our crackers, our granola bars, snack mixes, graham crackers, even some of our more sweeter things like marshmallows and chocolate. We recently got stuff to make s'mores. I have peanut butter, jelly. I put chicken nuggets and french fries back here instead of with protein or trying to stick french fries with vegetables. Let's be real, those things are probably more snacks than fitting in those categories anyways. I did not put any condiments in here. I decided that was way too much work. Didn't put any of our staples. I didn't list flour. I did list Bisquick. Those are my 8 categories, and that's the summarization of my list. The more difficult part was I would have to keep going back because of the categories I picked. I would have to, a lot of times I would forget a part of one of my lists and have to go back and add it. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot that I have these canned green beans and I forgot to put with my vegetables. At the end, I forgot that I had taken down some soup and put it on the table, so I realized at the end, oh, I have to add this soup that I left out, so I would have to go back a lot. Being very precise with my meat, and I actually am glad I did this with my meat, where I wrote how many pounds of hamburger I have. Even my vegetables, I wrote the ounces down of stuff I had. But then by the time I started getting to the other stuff, I was just writing the name of what I had, even shorthanding almost, of just really fast doing it, because this list is mostly for me, and if I can go back and look at it really quickly, this is just more of a reference for while I'm meal planning. So it doesn't need to be too particular, I realized as I went. So next time I do this, I will probably still keep the categories. I will give myself grace and going faster and not having to write as neatly. I think I definitely want to do this again. I will need to get faster at it. We also had a church conference call in the middle of me trying to do this, so I had to leave and come back to it. So now let me tell you how the meal planning of it went. Breakfast and lunch, Cameron and I kind of do our own thing. Whatever we feel like we want to get out of the kitchen, we get, and we generally just kind of stick to the same stuff. Planning my dinners ahead of time helped me out the most when it came between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm making them for both me and Cameron. Sometimes I'm making them around a schedule as well. So it was really good for me to sit down and think of everything I could possibly make. I still don't have a calendar of which nights I'm going to make when. And a lot of my dinners also are multiple day dinners. So I'll make chili and that'll probably last for dinner a couple nights. Lunches, I just kind of wrote down some of the options of extra stuff we have. And for breakfast, I just kind of wrote down some of the basics. But mostly, like I said, those things we will be doing on our own. And I'll just quickly go over the list. For dinners, please don't judge. We have, or do, that's fine. For dinners, we have 6. We have fried rice, meatball subs, chili. I have green bean casserole, Swedish meatballs, and hamburger mac and cheese. When we were at the grocery store, a lot of the stuff we already had in some of these in mind anyways. So that was helpful. So for lunch, right now I just have a couple things. I know we can make a handful of different kinds of sandwiches, quesadillas, eat that with avocado, things like that. Just kind of our breakfast staples are bagels, cream cheese, cereal, eggs, pancakes. I will probably keep expanding on these and keep referencing this notebook as the days go by and as I'm thinking about what's in my pantry and thinking about what I have inventory of in my kitchen. I don't have to go back and try to look through my cupboards. I have it all listed out for me, and I think that that will save me a lot of time, and more importantly, it'll save me brain energy because I need my brain for lots of other important things other than that. So no, I don't. Thank you so much for watching this video. You've made it to the end. Definitely leave a comment on how you meal plan, how you take inventory of your kitchen, and subscribe if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, and I will catch you next time.